Hello everybody, it is Nick here, and I'm back with not Minecraft. No Minecraft here today. I'm starting a new series, sort of, and I'm gonna call it Game Development with Nick. I'm going to try and cut out all the boring stuff, but I'm making I never explained this in any videos or anything like that before, but I am making a video game, a PC game to be exact. And I'm using the UDK, the Unreal Development Kit, but it doesn't just have to be a PC game. Like, I could put it on the iPhone, I could put it on Xbox, I could put it on any platform I want to. I've started production a little bit, just a little bit of work that I've done, and so pretty much this is just going to be some videos tagging you along with me on the journey. They're probably going to be 10 to 20 minutes long. Just because. So I'll show you what I have done so far. Let me see. I'll open a map or some terrain that I already built. Let me just explain what the game is while this is loading, because well, never mind. I'll still explain what I'm doing. It's going to be a survival-like game. Not like, this is a bad comparison, but it's going to be nothing like Minecraft. It's sort of, if any of you have ever played Stranded 2, I don't know if any of you have ever played that. This is actually the wrong thing that I loaded. I don't know, Stranded 2, it's going to be, in my opinion, it's sort of a mix, a distant mix between Gary's mod and Stranded 2, if any of you have ever played Stranded 2. And so, I'll just show you. I'm not going to go for like any of the interface or anything like that. It's really not important for this series, but I just have a little thing with a 7-second day-night cycle thing set up so I can just show you how it works. And this is all done in Kismet, if any of you know what I'm talking about. So this is just proof of concept that day-night cycle works. A little bit buggy, and I'm still working on like shadows. It's not dynamic right now, so like when the sun goes across the sky, like there won't be a shadow of this mountain like over there. It'll just stay like the light will always come directly down, sort of like how Minecraft's lighting is. Anyway, let's just close out of that. This is just going to be like a game development series where I'm just sort of going to go over the non-boring parts like terrain generating and stuff like that. So what's going to happen is the UDK, I just explained how I want the game to work, but the UDK, it's not good at making randomly generated worlds. It actually can't do that. Or so I've heard. My sources may be incorrect, but from what I've heard, the UDK actually cannot make randomly generated terrains. So, there's lighting here, but I'm not like, I have to make a lighting go around. Anyway, the UDK doesn't make randomly generated worlds very well. So what I actually have to do is I have to do this very awkward thing, and that sounded really weird, I know. I have to do this quite awkwardly. I'm building some terrain right now, so I can I'll explain what I'm doing in a second. Wait, let's add some new terrain. What do I want this? I need my calculator. So, lag. Alright, let me just, look at, white. That's very, very awkward. Alright, so let's see. I want, 5 times 64 equals 320 plus 128. I'll explain this in a second. Equals 448. Alright, so 448 and 448. Finish. Alright, so as I was saying, UDK, let's just let this terrain load. The UDK does not make randomly generated worlds. So what I have to actually do is do it in a very awkward way. I have to actually build a series of squares with different terrains on them, and then have the UDK randomly place these squares in a random pattern. So yeah, that's sort of the only way I can explain it. is that, let's just close this for a second. This is terrain. I can like bend this and shape this to that other terrain that was like green and gray that I showed you before. And I'll just move this back, because, okay, wait a minute, all my viewports. And I cannot see it in here for some reason. Why can't I see it? Oh, here we are. This is the top view, that's why. Alright, good, that's all in the... Alright. I was just wondering if it was, like, completely in the map, or if it was not. Alright, so now... So as I was saying, the UDK... I need to sort of like make a bunch of tiles and then have the let's put it this way. The UDK is going to act like a plumber, and I'm just going to buy all the tiles. So I need to provide the UDK with a bunch of random tiles and then have the UDK randomly place them down. That's sort of what I was trying to say. But what I have to do right now is the terrain. This is a 448 by 448 square, and what I have to do now is I made those terrain chunks that you saw when I went to open something. These are the 3 terrain chunks that I have built already. I need about 97 more of those. But this is sort of an explanation video in case you didn't notice. Let me just see how long I've been recording. If it shows me here, I don't know. Sort of a newbie with this. Alright, 6 minutes, that's good. So what I have to do is make a bunch of random tiles and then write some scripts to have the UDK randomly place them in a random pattern. So what this is actually a border. What I'm going to do is I made this, gave this enough space for, how many was it? Let me go back to my calculator here. Oops. 320. Let's just do it like this. No, wait, whoa, clear. 320. Nope. 5. Alright, 5. So this is going to be like a small world size, because it has 5 of those 64 by 64 chunks. And you may ask why 64. The UDK, it's not required with terrains, but it works much better if you use things that are in the power of 2. For example, 8 times 8, or 8 to the 2nd power, is 64, so that will work much better, and it'll line up with these grids nicely, even though I can change the grid size like this. With this button, I can't change it in this viewport. These are called viewports, by the way. I can change it like over here if I wanted to, or wait, no, I gotta go like that. But yeah, or whoops, that. So yeah, that's how that's gonna work. So right now what I have to do is I have enough room for 64 wide border, and then enough to fit 64 chunk, or to fit, what is it, 5, or, 25 chunks in here. 25, really? Yeah, 25 chunks in each one. And so this is a pretty big world. I think I might adjust the size slightly because the chunks are just so big that it's like 64 by 64. It's not 64 feet. It's like, I would say it's a rough comparison in meters, like probably around there. So it's a couple hundred, or actually it's like 180 feet or so. And so what I'm going to be doing is, this isn't going to be like an explanation, this isn't a tutorial how to use this. This is simply what I'm going to be doing while I build this game, and you guys can sort of, you know, tag along with me. And I also may like give out some information about how this is used and stuff like that. But besides that, not much. Alright, so now I'm going to be, first I gotta shrink that down there. I've got to build put some texture on here. So I already have some textures that I made all by myself. They're not amazing, but you know, they're okay. So now I select it, and I setup material. This is the Unreal Development Kit. If any of you have ever played things like Borderlands or Unreal Tournament, this game, this is what is used to make that. So yeah, Borderlands. I like Borderlands a lot, and that's what's used to make this. So now stone. Let it. It's actually placing the grass texture all over the terrain behind this. It's called the content browser. It's placing the terrain behind that, so it's kind of hard to see, and this is going to get reset to some other page in a second because it just does that, and I have no idea why. I told you. Stone, and then I have grassy stone. It's not supposed to be like mossy cobblestone ripoff or anything, in case any of you were wondering. What grassy stone here is, I needed something to help transition from, like, when I built a mountain, I needed something to transition stone into grass. Like, I needed something to go between grass and stone. So I just pretty much just spray painted green onto the stone texture, so that I could separate them while keeping them together, if that made sense. Alright, so now I can close this. So now you can see it's all grass. So now what I need to do is I need to cut out a sector. Where's the cut tool? I don't remember which one's the cut tool. Oh wait, no, never mind. No, I don't. So now I want to I'll close that for now. And then of course I can't see it from here. I gotta use another viewport, unfortunately. Alright, so now, wait, I just want to line this up with the grid. There we go, and then upwards. And of course I can't see the numbers. Alright, that's weird. Why is it measured so strange? It's... What did I set this as? I set this as 448, right? Alright, why did it need to load? I just took a measurement. So anyway, I think I can actually just... Never mind, I don't need to do that. Actually, yeah, I do. For some reason I can't take measurements from here. I don't know why, don't ask me. So now I need brushes, right click. Let's see if this works. I want to go with 320 by 320. Nope. Build. And then close. Alright, well that is not nearly... Alright, this is weird. Why is it... crap. I just gotta start over on this. For some reason, I messed that up. I don't know how. But yeah. So I hope nobody was expecting a tutorial or anything like that. New terrain. Patches, that's what I didn't do. Alright, so let's see, since you forest, no we did. So yeah, that really shouldn't have mattered. It should be 448. 448, that was the number? Yes, it was. Nope. Finish. Alright, but yeah, did I explain... Oh yeah, I explained how the world's sort of being placed together, but one thing I didn't say, the reason I said this game is going to be a mixture of Gary's mod as well is because what I plan on actually doing is let me see. What I plan on doing is making it so that instead of like finding like a pre-built shelter and placing it, what actually happens is, let me just, and you have to like, you know, like dig a hole and place a stick in the ground, if that makes sense, and then like you place your shelter on top of it. Alright. I think that looks weird. It sort of looks like it's popping off the wireframe. Is that just me? Alright, let me just move this. Darn it, I messed up. No, I didn't. Actually, yeah, I did. There we go. Alright. Alright, I know this is pretty boring so far, but now we get into the good stuff. So now we want to plot our terrain tool. Oh, whoops. It's down here. Oops, my bad. Oh wait, no. Show wireframe, where's that? Toggle. There we go, and then... Sorry, I gotta do like all this again, because I'm not... for some reason it doesn't like keep. Probably only gonna do this layer for right now. Do all the other layers afterwards. La 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 la. So yeah, I hope this does well. Does well. What am I talking about? I hope you enjoy this series that I'm going to be working on. And it's not going to be like, I'm not going to be filming every aspect of the creation, but it's going to be some, or a decent amount of stuff. Whoa, what's going on back there? There's a party going on, and I was not invited. Alright, that's better. So where's the, alright, split X. So let me just, I know this still isn't very interesting. I wish I could see, like, actually I should do this from the top view. Alright, see, I'm genuinely confused. Tools, new terrain. Alright. Sorry, again, this is probably like extremely boring because I'm like not doing anything interesting. But that's the wonderful world of game making for all of you. Where's my arm? Alright, so now like this. Alright, so that's the size of the regular chunks. And then that. And then it's a little bit off, I'll just align this. Alright, how about this? For the for the sake of YouTubes, for what it's worth, I will align this quickly, and I will pause the recording, and I will continue when I start building the terrain. And this has actually been 20 minutes, so I'm not going to pause the recording. I'm going to cut it here, and I suppose I can, yeah, I'll make another episode later, or I'll do some interesting stuff, and when I get into the fun stuff, I'll start recording again. And yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.